Hey, I want to see if I can just film today in sequence, which has been hard lately. I want to go do some zoom. Actually, do some special zooms today, and then I'm going to go up some dirt roads and see what's going on, see how far I can get up. It's been really difficult with the mud. And then I just wanted to. I turned the camera on in the middle of the town here just for one ridiculous point that's not ridiculous, because we're led to think everything's like, oh, Mark, that's silly, but is it? And you're going to say that when I say this. This is just completely off topic, but it's not, like, because it's basically I'm on this kick where just our entire civilization is psychology based. There's nothing that's not presented to us without some form of psychology involved. Okay, like we've talked about before, $9.95, only $9.95. How is every item in the history of the world only cost $9.95 or $29.95? It doesn't make any sense. Or $49.95. You know what I mean? It's like, or you can buy all the oldies hits for just $99.99. It's not $100. It's $99.99. Okay, and you can even make installments of $24.99. They're easy installments. You know what I mean? So this is the where I'm at now with just the world and how people even though they're aware of it, they're not aware of it. So like, even though all of you guys are, you still don't know. So I'm about to go through Wendy's at way too early in the morning. It's like, hopefully it's lunch, because I feel like a cheeseburger, but I think it's still breakfast. Why is it called the cheeseburger? Or let's just say a hamburger, when it should be called a cow burger. There's nothing to do with ham. Ham is from a pig. So it's another term, because you wouldn't eat a cow sandwich. You'll eat a cheeseburger. Cheeseburgers are awesome, but you won't eat a cow sandwich. Hey, you know what? Forget about what I'm saying. Let's look up here real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just pisses me. This whole world. I learn nothing from the internet. I learn nothing from videos. All I see is confirmations of what I do and what I've learned out in the forest among these guys, and it enables me to realize what's real, what's not, who's true, and who isn't. And I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of how dumb the whole world is. I can't take it, and and the people that are defensive to that, you're the problem. If you're not like, oh yeah, Mark, you're right, everyone is stupid, even us, we are. I'm including myself. It's not like I'm sitting here on a pedestal going, oh, I get it now, you're all dumb. It's just that I'm getting it, and the more you are on this side of it, in fact, like, if you've stood among them, literally, like, I've done things I haven't told you about, and that's when you start to see things for what they really are, and how dumb who's considered the smartest of us really is. Amazing. Just came in as I'm talking. Beautiful crow. Or a raven. Is it a raven? I think it's a raven. Look how beautiful. Smartest birds. I don't know if you could hear me. So anyway, that's all. It's only $9.95, and I'm gonna go get myself a hamburger. Not a cow sandwich, a hamburger. I'm gonna start putting the clips into me losing my mind. I'm not really. I'm actually staying pretty sane. I see the insanity of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the kind of guy that could never actually lose my mind. Like, technically, like, go to an institution. But I can also, at the same time, see where someone would, like a regular person. I really don't consider myself a regular person anymore, especially because of my situation and just because of my tolerance. I have a high tolerance for pain and suffering for some reason. And since this job consists of a lot of that, which is loneliness and just add them up. I'm not going to go through the list. You just picture yourself long enough in isolation. Bad internet, no cell phone coverage, can't make a phone call without someone going, can't hear you. For 3 years, that's all I've heard. You're breaking up, can't hear you. Just having customer service people just hang up on me, like, it really takes a toll after a while. And I'm good at it, and I'm not going crazy. And like I said, I'll have little moments of it, and I'm like, oh, this is like where a regular person would absolutely, would literally snap after 3 years of living by themselves in horse manure. So that's good. That's the way I look at things. Now, maybe that's crazy. I don't know, but at least it keeps me somewhat sane. Now, let's go do some Zooms. I'm going to one of my favorite places. This is public knowledge, but it's something that no one's ever known about until I, of course, port the camera that way. I have this amazing connection with them. So let me explain. I'm not just Zooming hoping I'm going to see them. I'm Zooming knowing that they're showing me them. There's a lot. That's why I kind of want to go live, but I can't really explain that to you live because then I have people that are just new to this listening in on it, and I'm not comfortable talking about the secrets of this among a noob. I'm just not. I need your brain unlocked before. That's why I turn down every. Hold on, I'm gonna take a bite of my Wendy's cheeseburger at 10:30 in the morning. You guys may not know this about me, but I turn down just about every day. At least 3 or 4 times a week. Podcasts, radio interviews, newspapers. You name it. I've been mostly podcasts, like YouTube, other YouTube people. Extremely nice, awesome people. Every one of them is just like, Mark, it would be amazing. And I can't do it. I actually told Carrie. That's why I'm telling you now, because just, you don't have to ask me. You can keep asking me, because then I would feel like a loser if no one asked me. But I'm too, you have to understand, I feel like I'm like no other as far as research has gone. So other people go out there and talk because they don't even know what they're talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about, and that's the problem. So it's very difficult just to say some of the things that have been guarded from you your whole life, and I'm not the guy that should be verbally explaining this to you. I'm going to show it to you. And just like for the last 5 years, I've relied on you to interpret things. It's the way I do things. I'm not well spoken, like as far as just I can't really tiptoe myself around the explanation. I'm gonna just throw it right in your, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to work this out with myself on how I can speak in public, things like that, because I don't know what to say. Will I say too much? Will I say too little? Well, that's one of my problems. I did tell Carrie, however, from Bigfoot Odyssey, and I know most people could care less about what I'm saying, but tough. I told Carrie from Bigfoot Odyssey that if I ever did do one, he would be my first. So I think a lot of you guys, if you do watch live interviews and podcasts, you probably know who Carrie is from Bigfoot Odyssey, and he's a legit dude. Him and his wife are awesome, and that's probably who I would that's who I have told I would, if I do one, I promise to do yours first. So look, check it out. So when I'm zooming on these places, you guys, I have to play a dumb role. Okay, so I talked to you about how honest I am and stuff like that. But I'm going to be honest with you. I definitely play I don't play it, so I'm not acting, but I have to kind of, it's more of not a dumb role, a neutral role. So like, I'll be like, I don't know, it looks like that, or, maybe, who knows, when I know exactly what it is, and I know exactly what's happening, and I know exactly what's going on, because people are too simple-minded. You have to let them decide, then it works for them. If I just, aggressively explain it and tell him this is exactly what he has to believe, he won't. So I find just being kind of neutral and less opinionated, even though it's not an opinion, it's a fact, I have more success that way. Give me a second, let me set up, I'm going to zoom. They're literally waiting for me to zoom on them, okay? Just like last time. They're going to position up, they're going to get in their stuff, they're going to be hiding, just like they always are. Should I do the first one? Yeah, let's do a different spot. I know where they are, but today, I really already know, but I want to try a new spot. Give me a second. As far as where they are and where to be, I truly believe, I'm just going to say, this is all irrelevant, but I just thought about it. Look at that. Is that a shadow or a cave? Oh yeah, it's an entrance. Look at the one that goes. Oh my God, they even have it structured. Hold on, where is that? Right down in front of the white. Wow, I have never seen that before. Look at black X. Look at that X. There's some kind of definitely a made X right there. I think I found their spot, their outward front spot, which is right there. You know how you know for sure? See, I would think nothing of it much more than being, oh, that's cool with the hole there, but you can see as they blocked it. Not only did they block it, but it's completely off the ground. There's a random white rock that's probably quartz there, and it's into like a teepee structure. See that? That's actually not one tree. It's two. It's one that's twisted, and that one field goals it. Remember, they do very minimal system here because their system, I believe, is the rocks. So as far as like structures go, I mean, that to me, that's blatant right there. You guys, that's amazing right there. They're so aware of me. I can't really talk about it yet, how I know, because I think I'm crazy. Give me a second. Get down to one of my favorite spots. I wish I could. This is the only place I could park on this. There's much more going on here, as you'll notice with the rocks. Okay, so this is where I filmed recently. You guys saw. I actually didn't film it recently. It was like I filmed it about a month or two ago, and I just put it in recently. And I was filming this, and I showed you the faces. I showed you the one with the X on his chest. I'll put a picture in. That was right there. So we can do a before and after. Let's do that. I didn't even think about that. We need a good before and after. So I should be positioned approximately within feet of where I zoom first. I can already see the difference. They're not there. You can already see the stacking with the one rock on top. I didn't even notice that one last time. They did that. And then he's not there. He's so not there. I even saw him with my own eyes. Oh, there's the entrance. Oh, was I back a little bit? Yeah, let me show you that entrance, guys. See what you want to do. This is why I'm good at this, okay? Because I know things that other people have no idea. It's not the same ones. Like if I zoomed on them again, all of a sudden they're there again. See, that's the thing. You're like, what did they just stand there all day? It took me years. No, there's so many that they rotate for fresh air. Okay, so there's the face. Okay. So I guess I'm more. Forward? I remember seeing an X back there. I'm not seeing right now. I do see a Trident. I know we were getting timestamps on. And he was right there at one of those trees. I believe it was that tree right there, and I was just back further. So let me back up just a little bit. And check that out. Look at all these places they go in. Look, it even has like shrubs at the front door. I just want to go there. You know why that's so cool? Because nobody can go there. What the hell is that? How is that rock there, you guys? It looks like a side profile of a face as well. I don't know what's going on. There's a balancing. There's a rock defying gravity. That's what there is. Remember, technology. Okay, and if that really is, I just move on. It's not even that's nothing for me. Everyone else will be like, oh, I don't know, I was right. You know, like they lose their minds because there's never been someone like me before that's actually broke through and is showing the truth. That's one of the problems people have. There's something you'll never, ever catch me dead at, guys. No amount of money could buy the real speaker. Another face. The only real speaker that could go to a Bigfoot conference and speak about the truth of the unseen world, because the other people have no idea what they're doing. People have had a sighting, or they filmed them once by accident, and all of a sudden they think they're a Bigfoot researcher. You know what I mean? Like, for some reason, their foot's in the door. They know everything. You don't know anything, and you're never going to know anything, because you have a closed mind, and you're not listening to the people that have actually accomplished this. That's the problem. Okay, it's the problem in all of the world, in every aspect and in every subject. Ego. Everybody thinks they're special. Oh, I knew that already. You didn't have to tell me that. I knew already. It's like, okay. You know what I mean? This is the mentality I'm talking about. Oh yeah. So it's like, can you tell a story? Well, one time you have no idea. Like you know, we call them like the people that have to top everything. Now I'm back way further, but that could be a good thing. Let's see. There's my face. I think it was on that. I don't have to really find the exact spot, because first of all, they're probably like completely out of sight by now, listening to every word I say somehow. It's all energy. Remember, you're attached to the energy. That's how they know. Everything in the world, everything in every universe is attached to an energy that comes from the Creator, your God. It's just that the ability to see that energy has been taken away from you because you can't be trusted. Isn't that amazing? We cannot, humans, just look around. It was the smartest decision any God has ever made, was to treat us like we're little children. Thank goodness. Okay, so this is more like it. I love it. Look at the face, guys. See, that's where they go in. You can see it's all marked from a different angle. If you go back to my last video, I have a better angle on that. And they come out right out of that dome. They walk into the mouth of a face of a giant being, okay? And that's where they go. See how that's weird looking? It's weird looking. It's them. Look at that. That's so weird. I'm kidding. Look at that, you guys. The forest so much, you guys. I belong in the forest, but I also belong right here, because this is all a part of it. What's that? Did I get him? Ooh, that might be them. They're not going to move. They can watch themselves through my eyes. If it's the right beings, like, he can see what I'm seeing of him, so he's not going to move. Remember, don't be simple, guys. Please, I beg of you, not to have a simple brain. Simple has nothing to do with intelligence. Like a level of, it has a lot to do with intelligence, but I mean like a level of intelligence. Simple is just, you're simple, like you believe you were molded exactly the way you're supposed to. And that's what happens to a lot of people. Like, they think they're sophisticated, they think they're above you, you know, they drive a Mercedes, and they think that they're better, or they're just following a laid out system pattern to keep them in that's where they want you, with those people. You know what I mean? Just wasting your time at a bridge party. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going to play bridge. You know? I want to do a before and after. I didn't think about it till just now, but since I got great. What an experience, you guys. I don't get to tell you about it, you know? I have to figure out a way to go live privately where just my supporters can be there, so I can explain what goes on a day like that, where I filmed them all. I stood among them. It was amazing. Film little baby aliens that are inside rocks, and it's just an amazing thing. I want to get a zoom. I don't know exactly where I was when I got him that first time, but I know it. I mean, I know exactly where he was, but I don't know exactly where I was. So let's do a slow drive-by, and maybe I can get I think it's right about here, and I can get you before and after. He's so not there right now. It's almost unbelievable. One of the tricks is getting here quick, because they're already in their situations, and the ones that are out, and I want to catch them. Remember, I'm just doing a couple quick zooms here. Nothing crazy. Always go to the blancos first, which is the white. That's where they are right there. The problem is most of them are right where you can't see, so they're going to be behind. And then we get lucky because they'll actually let me film them for you. It's for you guys. You have to understand. They want you to see them. And they present themselves in a way where only you're going to see it. Not so you can go and run to your neighbors that's never been involved with the subject. And they're like, oh my God, no. They're just going to be like, that looks weird. I don't understand that picture, or blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Oh, that's nice. Yes, I am a Cadillac Escalade. Lover. I just think it's the best. There is no better vehicle. I mean, if you're going to argue that, then you're wrong. There's no better SUV on the market than the GMC. Well, you can go Denali, but the Cadillac to me is the ultimate. It's got like when you start mentioning vehicles, it's not too far away from politics. So you have to be careful. People get so offended. Another perfect example of simpleness. You know, like everybody thinks their car is special. You ever notice that? You're guilty of that yourself. For some reason, your car is special. Why is that? Why is your car okay? There's something special about your car. What is there? Carlos, where are they? Carlos, Blanco. Is Blanco rock, Carlos? Mucho blancos. All right, let's go to my other spot. I have got them here. I don't get them that much, but I do look for this. Let me take one more zoom. There's this one amazing white trident that just stands up by itself as a marker. It's so incredible. Incredible. And I haven't been able to find it again. Because it's so much there. Is that it right there? Oh, let me see the trident. Look very carefully at the rocks here. You're going to see layers of time. You'll see stuff, but it's not that. They live in there. I mean, they live in there. This may be a zooming only video, so if you're watching the zooming only video, thank you. Do a video just for my timestamp people. Let's move forward. Look at that. So we'll get you, somehow I'll get you I have to look at the still, and we'll go by the trees and I'll get that. That's an amazing place. I want to be able to tell you about these days. I want to be able to talk live. I want to be able just to be myself. But society prevents that. They don't want you to know the truth. The world cannot let you know the truth. It's not just this, you guys. The cover-up is gigantic. It's film this. I'm gonna see if I can get up here. It's unbelievably packed down frozen powder, which becomes every bit, if not more, dangerous than just straight up ice. I can't really. People that know the West and snow and high elevation will know what I mean. Let's see. What an amazing place that is. They have my mag up there. I lost my camera bag with all of my SD cards and batteries. Luckily, no cameras around it. So this is a great place to show you how pretty. Look how pretty. And just to see if anything's going on here. Give me a second. Actually, don't give me a second. Man, it's chilly, you guys. It's exactly 32. Like, exactly. Which, it's actually even colder, because you have on the ground, it's probably 30, below 30, because it's, the snow just insulates itself, and there's no snow. I mean, there's no sun on the snow. So what I'm out to figure out, it's really not a major thing for me. I just don't it's not the most important thing, but I do want to know, like, what's different about winter, summer, you know, how, does it affect everybody? You know, does tons of activity coming out of here, even footprints. X. So my question is, you know, how does this affect them? You know, what do they have to do things differently? Do they just simply still just come up to hang, but less, and they do it in their melted spots or cleared spots? You know, like probably not right here where you'd see it. These are imaginary answers. I'm just trying to brainstorm, you know. It's a constant thing for me, but just out loud right now, like what changes? Some of that stuff would be really nice to know. Oh, I'm gonna get stuck. Give me a second here. My little person, it's brand new. My little person Bill is right here. What the heck? Went straight up the hardest hill here. There's a person here. It's weird. I mean, for all we know, they wear sneakers. Look, that's all they'd have to do. Is get pairs of boots and sneakers. That's all they'd have to do, right? And then walk around and be like, oh yeah, a person was here. That'd be really smart. I should leave them some sneakers. Someone walked in here? Or was this me? Is this snow still from me? Oh, it might have been. Not across the street, it wasn't, I don't think. This snow is all frozen. Like anything little is just going to walk right on top. You're not going to make any marks at all. Now here's, if I hadn't got, man, something big is in here. If I hadn't got one whistle, such an important whistle I got, in the middle of the winter, like in February, not far from here. It was an amazing thing. Because I wasn't expecting it. I realized it was the last thing, and I was showing you this amazing setup this guy has that it stays melted all year round, and it's just one boulder, a trident, a structure or two, and wow, it's really chilly. Whew, with what I'm wearing, and it's on. You guys, it's on video even. I gotta find that. I have no idea where it is. It's in a video somewhere. I put it in the video. So some of you may remember that. He just goes, like he's literally whistles right at me. I was like, thank you so much. I spent no time, didn't even try to zoom on him or anything. I was so appreciative, you know, like when you get something like that, the last thing you do, people are like, why didn't you run over there? It's like, because I'm not in this to get some money shot to make millions of dollars. I need to keep my relationship with them. I need to be respectful. You know, that's the heart. That's where people fail, don't you see? It's where I would normally fail. But I've been given one shot at this. You guys, I have this one shot. No one's gonna help me again, okay? I got one shot. I'm just, by the way, if you can help, I don't ask enough because I don't like to. I don't like to feel like I'm begging, but can always use it, you guys. PayPal or Patreon. I come across, this happens to me every year, an unbelievable amount of activity that I can't really tell. You know, it's like they don't tell you what it is. There's nothing really definitive in the activity, but it's all happening right on this stuff. Give me activity without this. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even show you the disturbances unless I could back it up, you know, with some kind of their language or their system. So let's try it. And then watch. Okay, so everything's melted under this tree. completely melted. The tree probably actually protected some of the falling. There's a weird triangle next to it. Tons of activity going in there. I can't figure out from where it's going to cross. You can see it there too. See, I think it's them. I think there's so many things that we don't understand about them. That leaner's a trident. See it all going in and out of here? There's your leaner. Love to get a whistle today. No birds. Very possible to get time signature on. That's one of the ones. Triangle. Remember, it's not what you think. They do it in ways that we don't understand. They run on. Look at the X. Look at that X. They run on logs. They whatever they do, it's not what you think, or they just simply appear from underground. And they never leave that spot. And that's why, footprints, remember guys, we do find, I think, legit footprints here and there. It's been done since the beginning of time. From people that aren't even into this, to just on their farm all of a sudden. I think these are rare and unusual circumstances that day on their side. It's not something they do very often, in my opinion. And look at this whole setup down here. It's amazing. They just did that, you guys. Can't really see it, but that's the little personville, right there on the side of the road. Of course, he still has his spot. He comes out where it's completely melted right there. I showed you last time. I think I put that in the video. That was right there. That looks like the active spot if he does show his face. When they show out. Man, if you don't stay on the frozen part, you really start to sink in. It's like where people have driven. It's great. If you go right there, it'll suck you right in, and that's what you don't want. Why? Because there's no way to get help. There's no way. It's very possible, more than likely, not one person will be on this road today. And you see, I'd have to walk all the way out, and then keep walking. I think it's about 11 miles till you get cell reception. Believe it or not, I'm not kidding. I swear to God, that's how far it is from here. So I'd have to hopefully get to the main dirt road, wait for someone to come by. It's Sunday. Hopefully someone would. I think these things are sometimes because it can happen so easily. It'd almost be better if I just went off completely, like right there. It'd at least be good for the video. But I love my truck. You don't see me out trying to get gosh, I need a new truck, go fund me. I don't do that. I won't do that. I'll get a moped before I have to do that. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to be obligated to that. You just have to understand it. Getting support, he has Patreon. It's yeah, I have Patreon. Do you think those people are stupid? They are smart people. First of all, the measure of intelligence there is they found me. That makes them gotta be something really special. Kidding about those people. Secondly, nobody goes to a third-party website, whatever you consider Patreon, just a regular own website somewhere, and then fills out their credit card information, no matter what the amount. I don't care if it's 1 penny. It's a nightmare. My name is, your address, your zip code. Sorry, you must put a valid card number in, even though you did it already, and you do it again. It's a big deal to get there. And and as far as laziness goes on the internet these days, and I just appreciate them so much. And but it's not easy. I owe them. They tell me no. Mark, you give it to us with the videos, or whatever. But still, in my feelings, they're enabling me. They're helping me do this. They're the only reason there is this. And of course, there's other people too that are outside that have never been on Patreon. There's a few people at least that have been, have huge roles to play with that. Rick recently, my buddy Rick from Cali. Neil, of course, since the beginning and still till today. We're gonna pray for Neil. You guys are probably seeing this today. Neil is, which would be Monday. is in surgery today, heart surgery. So please pray for Neil, guys. Neil is like, I consider him, like a family member. He's just a good friend, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of think of Neil as like, not like any particular like an uncle or a grandpa, but like, like he's like, I feel like he's like part of my family. Like, like an uncle, I guess. So, all right, let's get out of here. This side to me has been really interesting because of how muddy it is. I just got a $20 car wash too. It's already done the tubes. That's what I do, you guys. I have it just in car washes alone. Every time you go out, you got to wash the car pretty much. It adds up, and nothing's cheap up here. But I got to do it because it's part of the ongoing maintenance of never having to buy. I want to keep. I trust this vehicle completely. I would take it anywhere with 235,000 miles. I would drive it to the other side of the world if it was possible. And guess what? It would get me there and back without fixing anything. It's just that great of a truck. So I want to try to keep it as long as I can. And of course, you guys know, the expense of buying another vehicle. And I'm never going to get a deal like I did on this one. So, it's going to be a night, to get an adequate vehicle for what I do. I can't be in a Jeep Liberty and do what I do. I have to have a full size, four-wheel or at minimum all-wheel drive vehicle. So, you can't buy a Ford. I would have broke a Ford the first day. So I gotta, we're talking used. So I gotta buy, I gotta find something reasonable that has four-wheel drive that's also comfortable, that could make it a trip to Denver if I had to, things like that. Not easy, right? Not one I want. So the ones I want start like the truck I want starts used at 100,000 miles on it, with 100,000 miles on it for about 35,000. Okay. That's the trucks. That's what I gotta get. So I either want like some kind of pickup when I have no choice, or I want a Cadillac Escalade or the Denali. Gotta have it. It's my only demand. Not new, that's the thing. That's the beauty of used, guys. If you have 20 grand, if you can finance or something, 20 grand, or you can get any car you want. You can get a Lamborghini for 20 grand. You know what I mean? Anything you want. You gotta just be willing to deal with years and stuff like that. That's all. If you're willing to put up with years of mileage, which is, if you know vehicles like me, it's easy. Because what you do is you just find the right vehicle. Vehicles and mileage are just a way to kind of guess about the vehicle. But if you find the right vehicle, like this thing was in a garage its whole life. When I got it, it was brand new. It was like it never even was driven. You know what I mean? If it sat outside, in Florida, in the Florida sun the whole time, it would be a complete piece of junk. Or if it was in New Jersey, it'd be, because of the humidity and the salt, it would be a complete piece of junk. Out here, it's dry, and things last a lot longer. You can accumulate sun damage here because the sun's so powerful. But otherwise, I'll shut up. What is holding that leaner? Clayton, that's all I know. All right, guys, so really quick, let me just mention it really fast. So we got, coming up, before you know it, is Christmas. And I'm leaving on the 20th of December to go to Richmond. I'm flying into Richmond Airport on the 20th. And I will be, my son is going to pick me up. And then it's been a long time, you guys. I think, as most of you probably can just guess almost, if you didn't know for sure. Since I have a brand new grandson that's 7 months old that I haven't even seen. I haven't even met him yet. Mostly because of the coronavirus. What are you going to do? Get on a plane? Even though I don't buy into most of this, but still, I'm not going to take a risk with my brand new grandson. my beliefs are not that strong. You know what I mean? I'm not going to bring anything to those guys. So I haven't seen my grandkids. I get to see them. So and they need help. So I'm going to pick. I've rented a truck just like this. I'm going to get them, pick them up. So I'm going to hang out there for a day or two. Get them all in the truck. There's going to be 7 of us. It's all my fault, right? I had my kid and I had my son, and then he had. Oh my God, he's just he's a baby making factory, and so I'm gonna have all my grandkids. Well, I have 3 grandkids, and then we'll have Will, who's like a step grandkid. That's my son's wife's daughter. I'm sorry, my son's wife's son, Will, who's like a grandson, but he's not. He's technically not my blood. I'm just telling you so you guys understand that, because I don't have 4 grandkids. I have 3 and a step. I'm just saying that when I'm older, then he'll be my grandkid officially. But right now, I can't. I'm too young to have 4 grandkids. Here's where I got my whistle. You guys want to see my guy? He's right here. Of course he's melted. Of course. Nothing's melted on that side except him. He's right there. This guy loves me. There's no other reason he would. I was parked right here in February. It's one of the only roads I can come up. It's because they maintain it. And he whistled at me right from that rock. And I was literally describing, like there was like a trident there. There was an X. I don't see it this exact second, but I was describing it in detail. See all the snow? Right next to him, but on his rock, there's no snow. And then if you look closely, you can just see the whole forest is discreetly marked. Right here. It's an X. It's basically a trident. That goes in, there's another one that comes up and it makes like an X. It's a leaning trident. All the base of it is touched. Symmetrical X is at the base and it's all off the ground. And it all goes across the river, connects. Nothing's touching the ground. Notice across, inside, in the shade, there's no snow. Because that's where they are. So there's your answer. I'm almost sure of it. So will he just be walking through the snow? No. But they'll be in these melted spots. It's already pre-done, with their system, and then they apply their tech to the system, and it just melts everything where they need to be melted, without you being any the wiser. This is one of my most desirable places to get into, and I'm going to do it. So it's actually fairly deep here. You can't just walk across. So that's really the only hesitation I've had here. But I got to show you this really quick. Okay, I want to show you one of the places I'm going to be next year. I can only give you an idea based on what you can see. So you see that? It's straight up on all sides. Yet you can go in. You have to kind of climb as you go, and you walk up in there, and there's an entire whole world going on right in there. And then above, you got the structures and everything. It's simply amazing. I'll show you here in a second, okay? But I don't want to give them adequate time to adjust anything. You're going to see perches everywhere. It's amazing, isn't it? In a place that no human being has ever been in the history of the world, will be all set up with perches to watch. I used to think it was all about people. Isn't that funny? Even when I had seen them, filmed them. That's why people are like, Bigfoot's not real. It's like, really? Because I've seen them and I have them on video ducking. And I have them on video between a tree. I have them on video 8,000 times. Just about. Every single video I've ever done times maybe 50 times. I'll never turn my video on, even though you might think it, and they won't be in it. They're in my every single video I've ever done in my life. Besides maybe if I was doing like a live video. Wow, that's unusual. Oh, it's rocks. I thought it was like dug up. Seeing a hole out there, but that's not what interests me. It's in there and around. I was just looking for like hangouts, like little perches. Look at this. If anything else, or at very least I should say, just look at how pretty. That's so what do we talk about? Focal points. Always pick the most amazing spot in that area. Now that goes for, let's just say you happen to, like, Mark, I live in a cul-de-sac, I have the shittiest woods that's ever existed, okay? That's fine. So you take the coolest part of the shitty. Okay? Find what you think would be, like, picture yourself like, I gotta move in here now. I'm claiming the king spot. Where would that be? That's the way I do it. I'm just giving you an analogy of where to look. So, believe it or not, the most amazing looking places, the most interesting, the best focal points of that area is where they are always. Typically. Remember, I can only speak. It's not true. I can speak for everywhere, but mostly I'm speaking about here. I have friends, you guys, on a daily basis. People don't realize that we're working 24 hours a day at this. You guys just see the videos. You have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. How many people are involved, and and how many countries are involved. I mean, I have Germany, Italy, the only one in the world that has that. Norway. We got the best of the best of the best. Scotland, England. I feel very fortunate. I really do. But let's get now. You can kind of see the canyon. Let's get one more look. It's amazing how you can't really see anything with the camera. See, basically, right there, you can walk on the other side. I haven't seen how hard you have to climb a little bit, but it does stay low. And then as soon as you turn that corner up in there, so right there, you might be 100 yards down, 200 yards straight down from right there. Basically, what I'm trying to say, you have to walk through this hidden valley as far as the camera goes. Right? I want to get in there so bad and just chill, because they're going to be all above me and all around me, and I can just sit there, be like, I've done amazing things, that if you had seen it on the camera, they probably would have killed me, because you can't have that kind of proof. You know what I mean? You can only have a blurry picture of one using an X, because then regular people won't believe it. Why is that so black right there? You've got super vibes from right there. Looks like magic to me, doesn't it? Not to mention the whole area right there. It's just super dense and thick, like nowhere else. It's like such a spot right there. Whether they're in there or not, that's such a spot. And I'm seeing, next to the dead, I'm seeing it real dark. Which doesn't make a lot of sense. A leaner in front of the darkness. Why can't I have a leaner without that? I got a white one that's tied up with the leaner. Why do I have to have that? I'm seeing what it looks like. It's probably them, even though. I can't see them very well. You might have something right there. Oh, there's another dark spot. Weird. Could be a logical explanation. Gee, honey, there must be a logical explanation for that. I'd give anything to be sitting right on the other side when everyone dies, just to see how dumb they feel. Is that a teepee up there? I'm not kidding. Just sit there with a big smile on my face, like, wow, you must feel really stupid now. Not even about what I do, just about life in general, just about how pathetic you were in your life, and how ungrateful you were, and complain. You just want everything for free, and you don't want to work, and I'll bet you there's a huge awakening when that day comes. wait until. Anyway, you can just tell this is Specialville. Love it there. I got to get over there. I got to figure out how to get across this river. It's actually deeper than you think. Like right there, right there is, especially if you go back to the pool. It's probably up to my neck right there. So I got to figure out a way to cross somewhere. You see that? That's how they do it. You see that right there? I just don't. We'll get into it next summer, but I want to show you how they. It's the least of what we're going to get into next summer, but I'll show you how they put the straight leaners all the way out, and what it does is it just usually, like, that's where it was. So the water's gone down over the last day or two, but it's just enough for the water to hit the end, and I can't help to think it's some kind of energy thing. Why would they care? Everything they do is for a reason. It's not for fun. Like, I think a few of them did, might make a little glyph or just mess around, but almost, 99% of what you're seeing, like structure-wise and all that, it's all done for a reason. It's not there for decoration. It's there because it has to be, because it makes it easier.